Well, I'm Dave Johnston. I'm with the Employer Support of the Guard. I'm chair, one of the co-chairs here in Fargo. I also serve as the vice chair for the state of North Dakota. Delton Steele is our state chair, and he has a whole house full of family members, so he's not with us today. Of course, ESGR is a Department of Defense program established in 1972 to promote cooperation and understanding between the reserve component and Guard. Shut that off. To assist the resolution of conflicts arising, which we have very few of them in the state of North Dakota. We're going to do two presentations today. The first one is the statement of support, and that's really for the Bank of the West. And I think, Chastity, you have that form right now? Yes, very good. That's already framed. Now you have to take it back out, but it's recognized that you recognize the Guard and Reserve are essential to the strength of the nation and well-being of our communities. It also, therefore you join other employers by pledging that you fully recognize, honor, and comply with the Uniform Code of Service Employment and Reemployment Acts. You'll provide our managers and supervisors with the tools they need, which is so important, the support that we receive from the employers. We appreciate the values, leadership, and unique skills of service members that bring to the workforce. And we also appreciate the employer so much. I mean, without the employer's support, the Guard and Reserve would be a tough program for everybody. So with that said, in the statement of support, we ask that you sign and date it, and you can be at a later date, and post that in your lobby. We'd love to see that. We'll walk into your lobby someday where we can do that again and see that posted and supporting the Guard and Reserve. The other award is actually to Chastity. It's from Dustin. That's her statement of support. It reads, the Office of Secretary of Defense Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve recognizes Chastity, have your last name in there, Seymour, as a Patriot employer for contributing to the national security and protection, liberty and freedom by supporting employee participation in America's National Guard and Reserve forces. So with that said, Chastity, I want to thank you for all the support that you provide all of your team and Dustin and the Guard and Reserve, because when it comes time, the Reserve, I'm retired Navy, so that Navy Reserve, Air Force Reserve, we probably don't get called up like the Guard does. We've had some people get 48-hour notice. In fact, we had some Navy Reserve people got 48-hour notice to go to New York City during the COVID thing. So it's so important that happens. We can't say enough. And Delton was here, our state chair. He's ready to make sure that we enforce the thank you to both the employer and to you, Dustin, and the time that you put in for the Reserve. So thank you very much. And, we're going to keep it short because I see Chastity said have more meetings. So have anything else? Jeanette, you want to add anything?
Well, I just want to ask Chastity, what does this award mean to you, receiving the Patriot Award?
Yeah, it's really interesting because, when Dustin and I talked about it, I didn't think anything of it because I was former military, and I think I treated him the way I've been treated, and Bank of the West has always been super supportive of me. I remember when I was deployed, I had to walk into the HR office and say, I'm gone and I don't know when I'm coming back. No questions asked, and just completely supported me. And I know how much that meant to me and my family. So yes, this means a lot to me. So Dustin, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
I think it's important to recognize employers because I think it can be difficult, and I don't think employers need to be recognized for supporting. They put a ton of commitment, and I appreciate Dustin's commitment for sure.
Chastity, is Bank of the West headquarters in Fargo?
No, it is not. It is in San Francisco and New York.
Because each year we have to have so many reserve members put their company in for the Freedom Award, which is a top award. When your home office in San Francisco, best works if there's somebody in San Francisco that does that. Otherwise, we can't get credit for it, or it's hard to do. So if you know somebody out there that's in the reserve and working at the bank, suggest that to them. That'd be really an honor to get, because the top award winners have dinner in DC with the Secretary of Defense. So with that said, anybody else been in the Guard or reserves?
I have a couple things, Dave. So what we can do is, you know, Bank of the West, we can find out where the other locations are. And Chastity, I'll probably reach out to you. And then I can reach out to the other volunteer support technicians like I am, and they'll be able to, I can send a statement of support to their offices, and so they can put up in their office as well.
Perfect.
Yep.
Good. Who else was in the reserve military? Dave Robinson?
Yeah, no, I was retired Air Force, so I would be Air Force Dave today, and you Navy Dave. So yeah, no, 22 years in, and so yeah, no, really appreciate, you know, the support the Chastity's provided, what Dustin's doing, you know, echoing the comments that were made. I think Bank of the West has been a great supporter of the military. I've only been with the bank for 4 months now, but I've seen it already, and so really appreciate you also recognizing Chastity and the bank for what's been done. So really great recognition, and I appreciate you all taking the time.
How about Randy?
I never served in the military. I'm actually retired federal law enforcement, and certainly will carry over the support of deployments and supporting the military from a reserve perspective. A lot of our agents, a significant percentage of them, were serving in the reserves, so very supportive of that, and you know, certainly will do so in the future. I'm very proud of Dustin and Chastity.
Oh, thank you. Good to have you back in the USA. And one thing, we've got, I think, a couple of members on our committee that have never been in the military, but they have grandparents or brothers and sisters that were. And Delton Steele, our state chair, has never served in the military, but he's been active with the Air Force in Minot, base up there, and then Grand Forks, and in our military affairs committee here in Fargo. So it's great to get people that haven't been in the service to be part of the ESGR. So if you know of anybody that's willing to serve and put some volunteer time in, we're looking for more support right here in Fargo. So Cassidy and Dustin, I can't say enough to say thank you to all of you. And Jeanette also, so I'll close off, and Jeanette, if you want to finish, be my guest.
Oh, I was just going to ask Dustin if he wanted to say a few words about anything.
Sure, yeah. I just thought it was important to recognize Chastity. There's never any questions when I say when I need to go away for 2 weeks, or, you know, I don't get any calls like, where were you at on this thing? And when I come back, everyone asks me, you know, how my time was on base and stuff. So everyone's super supportive. And then I think it's twofold, because I think she also recognizes the skills that I get from my job in the reserves, how they can apply and help the bank. And so that's nice when people recognize that, you know, that stuff you do there it can aid you when you come back. So
that's very important, for sure.
Yes, thanks for reaching out.
Jeanette, I don't know how you're going to get a picture of all this.
Well, I think I'm going to have Chastity take some pictures with the award, and then we'll put it on our Facebook page, and then we'll tag the Bank of the West page. If you guys have a Facebook page, we'll tag. And then Dustin, if your unit has a Facebook page, we'd also like that information, and we'll tag your,
Awesome.
yeah. So
Yep, we do.
if that's available, then just email me that, and then we'll tag your unit as well.
Okay, well, this is great. I guess
Sounds good.
This first Zoom presentation we've done. Kind of neat. You can have people from all over the country on. So,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank
Jeanette.
you, everybody.
Thank you,
Yep.
Navy.